Well, the personal enhancement workshop isn't, some people go because they want to know what I would do with clients, but that's kind of ridiculous if you think about it, because I'm not going to explain anything. This is where people make a list of things they've had trouble dealing with. And I take 15 lists, and I may be talking to this person, but I'm actually doing this one because I do a lot of repeated trance work with people. And what I try to do is make it so that I talk to each one of them, and while I'm talking to them, I get them to make a conscious decision about how to think differently. But I've typically already set up unconscious things that make that fall into place. This is where I do what I would do with clients, because I really don't necessarily see clients one at a time either. I'll put a bunch of them in a room. I'll bring in 10 claustrophobics and do them at once, because because it's not about how they got where they are, it's about how to get where you should be going. And a lot of the people that come are high-powered athletes, successful business people, people that are successful in their life, but some aspect of their life isn't working the way it should. That while their business is succeeding, it's not doing as good as they can imagine because they're making wrong choices about who to do business with, or else their home life is suffering, or, there could be a whole variety of things. And, a lot of the people that have come, I had somebody bring their, 3 of their relatives. And actually, she didn't even need to be there, if you ask me. She was more well-adjusted than almost anybody I'd known. But she knew these people were keeping secrets about bad things from their past. And when they got there, and, it became obvious to me that what was going on wasn't what anybody had said. Because when I read the things, I'm not just looking for what people are asking for. I'm looking for what's missing in all of this. And I'm pretty good at finding that out. And the trick is, to me, is you only get so much time. You're either going to aim it in a good direction, or you're going to be running away from your past. And the best thing about the past is that it's over. And the best thing about the future is when you line people up in the right direction. So a lot of the people that go, even though they don't know exactly what happened, they find that their life takes a 180-degree turn. Most of the people become more successful at what they do. Most people give up worrying about the same crap in the past. And, I wouldn't say it's everybody. I had one guy who was drunk the whole time and wrote me a letter and said, I shouldn't have been drunk the whole time. And I said, you're absolutely right. And he'll probably come back one of these days sober, and he'll get a lot out of it. Please do not come drunk, because I'll just knock you unconscious and deal with the people that are there. But most of the people, there are people that, that have very difficult things, and they've tried therapy and it didn't work for them. Most of the people have either heard about what I've done, and they make a commitment that what they want to do is, instead of be repaired, they want to be optimized. And my job is to optimize human beings, make them work at top efficiency. I'm not a person that buys a car to fix. I buy a car to make better than it was when it was new. And, that's the way I think about it. I'll read everything about a car. And, I bought a brand new car, and 2 months later, it was better than it was as a brand new car because I made adjustments in it. And, I think in terms of how can you make something operate at peak performance. And most human beings are not operating at peak performance. They say you only use 10% of your brain. I think you use the whole thing, just not very well. And when it's working against itself, it's not the primo machine that it's really designed to be. And I try to use altered states and every NLP technique and design human engineering and the massive 45 years of technology that I've created to get human beings to slingshot into their future and do good things and be happy people and get shit done. I don't teach anybody to be here now. I teach them to consume the future like it's something great.